Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to see a new topic in our DSA playlist and the topic name is insertion sort. So the name here suggests that we will be inserting a value or performing any insertion operation on the data structure which is getting sorted, right? So here we will be sorting an array and this array will be like array in this array we will be inserting the value such that the array will be getting sorted. Okay, so previously in bubble sort we saw that we will be swapping the values and then our array was getting sorted, right? But we will see a new way in which we will be inserting the value. Okay, and the value or the index at which the value is getting inserted, that will be stored at in the other temporary variable. But the thing is, we will not be swapping the values here. We will be we will be inserting a value at the index, and that way we will be sorting the array. Okay, so this insertion sort is not a very efficient approach to sort the array. I am telling this before because this is we are going through this just because this will be helping us to develop logic to perform further complex sorting algorithms. Okay, and we will get an idea how to frame our code when we have to sort. Or this insertion sort is not very helpful for long, like very big arrays, but for small arrays it is good. Okay, or it is not that bad. But the time complexity that I can say for this sorting algorithm is of O of n square. Okay, so now in this video we will be seeing how, or like the proper working of the algorithm of insertion sort, and then we will be seeing the syntax of insertion sort, and then on a code editor we will try to run the code. Okay, so now let's move on to the working of the algorithm. So now, as I said, we will be inserting a value. Okay, so if let's say I have this array 1 2 1 2 4 and 3. Now let's say I insert a value here. Okay, I insert 3 here in order to sort, right? So if I insert a value, the previous value that I had here will get lost, right? And the proper array that I expected, that should be 1 2 3 4, we will not be getting that, right? So in order to avoid the loss of data, we will be storing the value at which index the value will be getting inserted. Okay, so I am telling this before because this will give you a basic idea of how the algorithm will work. So now we will be taking two loops. Okay, since the operation has a time complexity of O of n square, so two loops will be there, that we have an idea now. So let's take an I loop. Okay, and we will be taking a j loop. Now our j will be moving in a reverse order. Okay, so let's say we have an example 3 5 2 1 4. Okay, now j will be moving in a reverse order. Okay, so if j is on 0th index, then I should be at an index such that both of them contain a value which can be compared, right? So I will be starting from 1 and it will go till less than n, and j will be starting from I minus 1 and it will be going till 0. Okay, so now we will see how does this code work, or how does this algorithm work. Now we know that j will be starting from I minus 1 and I will be starting from 1 and will go till less than n. Okay, so we have a basic boundary and we know that j is will be going till greater than equals to 0 and it will be in a reverse order. Fine, now we need to check, or we need to know how the condition works, right? So if let's say we have this array, so first I will show the work or the iteration and then we will try to get the code out of it. Okay, so now in this what happens is, if we will be taking this array only. Now what will happen, let's say we have these two values, right? We will need two values to perform in a sorting algorithm. So first what will happen, we will be comparing these both values. Okay, this part of the array will get sorted, then we will increase value of I by 1 and then this entire part will get sorted. Okay, so first target, the first target that we will have will be 3 5, 3 and 5, and if this is sorted then only we will be moving forward. So after that we will be the part of the array that we will be solving will be 3 5 2. Okay, and after this is sorted, okay, so the sorted part that we will get from here is 2 3 5. Okay, after that we will be taking 1, and then this part, this entire subset, okay, will be getting sorted. So what we will get here, 1 2 3 5, right? After this we will be including 4, and then our entire array will get sorted. So we will get 1 2 3 4 5. So this is how with every like increment of the I, we will be adding one more value into the subset, and we will sort that entire subset, and then again we will move forward. Okay, now in usually what we will think, that we will be swapping these values, right? But since this is insertion sort, so what we have to do here is the entire operation will be working on the basis of insertion. Okay, so now let's start the dry run. Okay, so let's say we have I here and we have j. Okay, so I was starting from 1 and j was starting from I minus 1, right? So it will start from 0 here. Now what we will do here is, since we have to insert, so what we will do here, we will store this I in a variable or a temporary variable. Okay, so let's take temp, and we will store the value that is at ith index, that is 5 here, right? So we will store this I at that index, and then how will it work? Now we have the temporary variable, we have I and j as required. Okay, I have written the array here. Now since we are inserting, now let's say I am trying to insert, we are taking this I and j, fine. Now if I am inserting this value, let's say we had 6 here. Okay, so if we are comparing, then this 6 should be put here on the first index, and the 0th index should carry 5, right? So now if I am inserting this value here, okay, at the ith index, this value that we had will be getting lost. So to avoid that, we are having a temporary variable. Now let's say we got 6 here, and this will also remain as 6 only. Now this temporary variable will be inserted at this index, right? But when do we need to insert this temporary variable here? That is the question. Okay, so now we will be seeing this entire thing one by one. So let's start from here. We'll take the previous only. Now I have 3 here and 5 here. Okay, so this part of the array is sorted. Now what we are comparing here is, let's first take how we will iterate. Okay, so we will be starting from 1, I is equals to 1, and we will go till less than n, fine. Now we know that we will be starting j from I minus 1, so we have that part also, and temporary will be storing the ith value, so we have that also. Now we know that j will be inside the I loop, and it will be going till greater than equals to 0, and since it is a reverse loop, it will be going j is equals to j minus 1, fine, we have this. Now how do we compare the values, right? So now if we are comparing the j values, so let's say if I am comparing j and j plus 1, okay, now if I am comparing this both, it is fine. Now let's say we have this value also included. Now this will be j and this is j plus 1, these both will get swapped, fine. This 5 will get inserted here, fine. So we will have 5 3 5 5, right? Now our j will come here, right, values getting reduced, and this will become j plus 1. Now if we are comparing this both, it is already sorted, so it will not work that way, right? So the main reason we brought temporary variable into picture was to avoid this problem. Now what we will do here is, we will not be comparing j and j plus 1, we will be comparing this temporary variable with the array jth index. Okay, so now the other condition that we will check here is, if ARR at j is greater than temp. Now why do I do this, right? Why am I doing this? So let's say the temporary variable is carrying 5 right now, and j is carrying 3. So right now this is sorted. So simply what we will do, we will move on. Okay, now I will be here, so this temp will get updated to 2, this j will start from 1, and I is obviously getting moved to 2, right? So now we have this part of array 3 5 2. Okay, now our main idea is to sort this part of the array. So I will be just writing this down. Now we will be comparing if our j is here and temp is this 2, so this value is greater than 2. So what I will do here, simply I will be inserting this 5 at j plus 1 value. Okay, I am not using ith value because I need to move according to the jth index only. Let's say now this 2 that we have in our temp, this 3 is also greater than that 2. Okay, now let's say if I was inserting on the ith index, this 3 would have gotten inserted here, right? So for that what we will do, we will be inserting on the jth value. Now how do we insert that on the jth value? Now this 5 should be this is our j at 1, and j plus 1 means 2. This 5 should be inserted here, so we will be inserting j at j plus 1. Okay, so now according to that we will have 3 5 5, right? Now again we are comparing, since we are inside this loop only, again this will become 0. So this 3 we will be comparing with our temporary, right? So this 3 is greater than 2, so again at the j plus 1, that means at this index we will be inserting 3. Okay, so now we will get 3 3 and 5, right? Now our j will become -1 and we will be moving out of the loop, but this temporary variable was carrying 2 and this 2 has to be inserted here. So what we can do here is, since the j became -1, if we increment that value or we take j plus 1, right? So that means that it will be the value will be getting stored at the 0th index, right? So what we can do here is, out of the loop, here what we are doing, here we are simply adding inserting the value at j plus 1 index. Fine, this is fine. Out of the loop what we will do, we will store the temp value at j plus 1 index. We will get more clarity as we move forward. Right now what we have to do, we will be storing 2 3 and 5. Okay, now this part of the array is sorted. Now what will happen, again this became -1, then now again this will become 3 and it will start from 2. Now what part of the array we will be paying attention on is 2 3 5. This is the sorted part, and after that what did we have here? We had 1, right? So we will bring 1 into the picture, and now again we will start the comparison, right? So this j is 2 here and the temporary is getting updated to 1. Now we compare, this jth value is greater than 1, so what we will do, we will insert this 5 here, right? So 2 3 1 5, right? This is what we will get here. Sorry, not 5, 5 and 5, right? Temp is still storing 1. Now again the j will get reduced to 1, right? So now this is our j, and again we are comparing it with our temporary variable, if it is greater or not. 3 is greater than 1, so again at the j plus 1 index, which is this, we will be inserting this value. So what we will get here, 2 3 3 5, right? Now after this again j will be getting reduced and it will become 0, right? So our index will move here and we will compare if this 1 is less than 2 or not. It is true, so again what will happen, at this index, that is j plus 1, we will insert this 2. So what do we have here now? We will be getting 2 2 3 5, right? Now this again j will become -1, since it is less than 0 or neither. It means what condition we gave here was greater than or equals to 0. Now this is becoming less than 0, So what we will do here, we will simply move out of the loop, and this j plus 1, that will give us 0, right? At this 0th index we will insert temp. So what we are getting here, we are getting 1 2 3 5. Till now we are having a sorted array. Now again what will happen, this 3 will get updated and we will get 4 here, right? So now we have 4 and j will be starting from 3, right? So let's cut this. Now we have 4 as I and we have 3 here, right? Now again the array will get we will take the rest of the array. So we have we have 1 2 3 5 and 4, right? Now this is our temp. So let's store temp here. Temp is 4. And now what do we have to do? Our j is at this index. This value is greater than 5. So we need to insert this at j plus 1, right? So our temp is storing 4, and after that what we are doing, we are having here 5 and we are having 5, right? Now what will happen, this will become 2. So we have 3 here. Now at the in the temp, what do we have here? We have 4. This 3 is lesser than 4, which means that we don't have to iterate again. Therefore this condition will become false, right? And we will move out of the loop, and what we will do here, at j plus 1, which is this index 3, right? This was 2. At 3 index we will insert 4, right? So what we will get here after this, we will get 1 2 3 4 and 5, right? This was the expected array, right, after getting sorted. So what we did here, we did comparison based on the temporary variable, and the temporary variable was getting like compared with the jth index, and whenever we are finding that the condition is becoming false, we are coming out of the loop, and that j plus 1 index we are storing the temp variable, temp value, right? Now let's see the code syntax. Okay, so this is the code syntax we saw here, right? The pseudocode we got here was for I was starting from 1 and going till less than n. Then we were storing a temporary value here, j was getting assigned. We were checking if j is greater than equals to 0 and arr at j is greater than temp or not. Then according to that we were inserting value, and j was getting reduced, and again we were checking again out of the loop we were inserting the value at j plus 1 index, and after this we will get a proper sorted array. Okay, so as I gave as we discussed there, in the same way we will be having a code, right? So what do we have here, I is starting from 1 and going till less than the length of the array. We have a current element that I denoted as temp. So this array at I we were inserting in the temp variable. Again j was starting from I minus 1. We were checking this condition. This j we were also checking with the temporary variable, right? So this was also temp variable. Then in the same way we were inserting the value, decreasing the value. So we followed the entire pattern and we got the proper sorted array. So now I hope I was able to give you a good glimpse of the sorting in insertion algorithm. Okay, now we will move on to the code editor, and as we found out the approach here, right, and we got the proper pseudocode, we will try to implement that on the code editor. So let's now move on to the code editor. So let's see the code now. The things that we, or the approach that we saw in the in the description or in the working, so we will be following the same. This is the basic code and the basic syntax of insertion sort only. So we will implement that and we will see how the code works. Okay, so first we saw that we were starting an we were starting I loop, and it was starting from 1 and going till less than n. So we will have an I loop and it will start from 1 and go till length of the array, right? So here we have the array as, okay, we have been given n here, so we will be just giving n. Now we have n. After this, what our target is, we will be storing the temporary variable. So this temporary will be storing arr at ith index. Now we were having j also, which was getting initialized by I minus 1, right? So now we have that. After this, what we need to do, we will be starting a while loop and it will go till greater than or equals to 0, and we will check a condition if this temporary number is less than ARR at j. As you can see, I am following the same thing that I said there while explaining or while dry running the examples. So now what I have to do here, at ARR at j plus 1, I will be inserting the value at ARR at j, right? And now after this, the j will be reduced, and what I was saying, that once we move out of the loop, we will be storing the inserting the temporary variable value at j plus 1, right? So we will do the same here. The j plus 1 value will be in temp will be inserted at j plus 1, right? Now what we have to do here, let's see, we don't have to return anything. So since the values are getting changed in place, the array will remain same, means whatever changes we are making in the array, it will be reflected. So we don't need to return any array, as array is mutable, so we can make changes inside that array only. So we will try to run this code and see if the sample test cases run. So the sample test cases are passed here. Now let's try to submit it. So this code has been accepted, and you can see the things, or the way I dry run the code. I implemented the entire same thing here also, and it ran, right? So your basic thing or the basic approach that you are getting, first try to understand the approach of that and try to implement the code according to the way you are dry running it, and you will get a better way to write the code. Okay, writing code is not that hard. First you need to get the approach out of it. So first try to get the approach, as we got the approach there, and inside that approach only, while finding the approach only, we got a pseudocode, and in that pseudocode we changed it into a proper code, and we tried it on the code editor. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please let me know in the comments, and in case you have any doubt related to this video or any previous video, or you need to know anything, please let me know in the comments too. So I will try to make it clear, more clear for you. And in order to continue with me in this coding journey, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you will be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you for watching.